they're taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Let's get this done real quick. It should be pretty easy. None of the games are really a challenge anyways, so. Hey, what's going on, Gabe? Can you hear me this time? Comment 14 if you can hear me. Damn. Alright, cool.
Can Zeke Deke?
Don't worry.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there on third down. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
See, when they do that, why don't they just follow through with the blitz,
down at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field strength has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
No
and it's
way
intercepted at the goal line.
No way, this dude just...
Cooper was the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending the opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
That's nuts, man.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
I thought they automatically had it. They just pulled a Russell Wilson.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Here's Newton. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 15 yards through the air and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. On second down, here's Newton. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Now it's Newton. And it is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
20.
Newton throwing again. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Cam Newton, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are in for 6. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs.
Yeah, let's go.
Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. In there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs
just
later.
Back.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an
5
interesting
yards.
third and about 4 to go.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Prescott.
Let's go.
And this
Holding
is
the
going
fort.
to be incomplete.
Go.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Oliver.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On first down, it's Newton. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 10, Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
We're accurate
the
all
long attempt
game.
falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Buying time to his left.
I'm so confident in this
And
guy.
that will be incomplete as well. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
False start, offense.
Let's go.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Prescott from the gun. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And the grab by Croft. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
No.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast, then it moves quickly on him. A lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now Newton on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
From the 50, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
86
but when you
yards
hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On first down, Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete.
He had
Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Steps away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. First catch there for the rookie Ridley, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
And he will
2 rushing touchdowns in the day.
Touchdown Falcons. Cam Newton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are in for 6. He's giving him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And it'll be a 2nd down.
It'll be a
that was an
pickup of
excellent
12
run. And when you
yards,
see that
and
happen,
it will be a
that's when you're
second
seeing
down.
guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll
I
move
ain't
the
even
sticks.
noticed, man.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go play action here on first down.
2 sacks, 6 tackles, great game.
In there to get
Game
it.
Keanu
His
Neal.
second sack now in the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Prescott now. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
That's ridiculous.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
Also better not give up on us this time.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Newton on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. They snap it to Newton. And no, it's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Okay.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole.
Nice.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Freeman with a fast feet. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Newton's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Either going to get big balls for his fault and taking a sack.
Forced out to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
But if he did score, the game would be over. Still got time. Ryan Fitzmagic.
He's back to throw.
I don't.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
I got to play for the Texans and scored about 2
they get him
points
down,
a game.
but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Back to throw.
Get it.
And his throw here is incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he comes back with one complete.
And
he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Offside. Defense.
My channel ever hits a million subscribers.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They just went offside. This is just the worst part of the game, man. Worst part of the game. Like,
the crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Bye-bye. Party time.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left.
Keep one back. I want to see if I can get. I'm going to force the pass and get the pick. Sometimes you get Ryan Fitzpatrick, sometimes you get Ruin Fitztragic. Yeah, basically. Same thing with Tuukka Rask and the Bruins. Say that. Comment below if you want to see NHL. It's a smart tactic.
They'll look to throw.
Sometimes they
to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with time running out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And that one results in 35 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
That's why we have this for not that. We don't want that.
So 17
That
seconds
was
now
not that
on
good.
the clock here.
Or pass.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the
you know
game
what?
that you would expect from him. He's
Like
been
this
off
kid.
the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up
kid.
here, or is he just
So
off
like
just
the
by a
30 or
bit?
something.
Maybe he can get it back in this situation.
Stop
He'll
the
need
clock
to.
3 times.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
It should be good enough. But we want to get
now
to
we
at
won't
least.
see a play on
We have
first down.
time
We're
to
going
get
to
up
get a timeout
to the
instead.
at least 25.
As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
This dude right here just saved me. Maybe.
Newton to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way
He
down to the
definitely
9.
just Jake
Now
Hollister
the timeout
just
will
saved
be
me.
called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds
so
remaining.
I don't have to go against that. I spiked the ball. Where that is, a spike ball.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving.
Oh no! Shut up, commentator. There's a really good reason for it, man. So I have an easier
So
chance
it's
of hitting
all
this.
up to the other Matty
You
Ice.
serious?
Matt Bryant now. 2 seconds on the clock. This
Or
one
like
to win.
Maddie hit the field goal, Ice.
And this one is right through. And the Falcons are going to win the game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to
As
do
long
that
as
here
Dom
in this one.
loses, I win.
To a tennis match,
That's all
right?
that
Not
matters.
letting them break your serve.
Every game Dom
That way you
loses.
hold on to it. They got
Every
it
game
done,
I win.
and they feel very good
Every game
about
he
that
wins.
victory.
Every game I lose. So he's
So
going
for
0-16.
Atlanta, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will
Jake
hit the
Hollister
road
is
next
not
week
yet beat
for a
Jimmy
date with the New Orleans
Jimmy
Saints.
Graham's
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys,
2013
it's a bit of a setback
record.
as they drop to 6-4
He definitely
now.
crushed them.
And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're
Yards
back in action Thursday afternoon
I'll
at
see
around
you guys
3:30
tomorrow, most
Eastern
likely.
for the traditional
And
Thanksgiving Day game in
Thanksgiving
Dallas.
Day. Peace out, everybody.
I'm